Did you know that in addition to the thousands of books we have available in the library, we have thousands more available online? The library subscribes to several different online resources, all of which are free for our Cerro Gordo resident patrons to use. Today we'll go over the resource Bridges. To use Bridges, you do need to reside in Cerro Gordo County. You will also need your library card number. If you don't have your card, please call the library first and we'll help you get the information you need. Start by navigating to the Bridges website. You can get there from our library website, www.clibrary.org, by clicking on the Online Resources link, and then scrolling down and clicking on Bridges. To create your account, click Sign In the top right-hand corner. Use the drop-down menu to select your library. Clear Lake Public Library. Then enter your library card number. Once you're signed in, you'll be redirected back to the main screen. From here, you can now see that items are available to borrow. Bridges includes magazines, videos, ebooks, and audiobooks with several different categories spotlighted on the main page. You can also find titles by clicking on one of the headers at the top of the page. For instance, if you click on Subject, you can browse items in subject categories and by material type and audience. If you're looking for nonfiction books about photography, just select that subject heading and all of the items in that category will be shown. Items that are currently available will show that at the top, whereas other items will note that there's a wait list. From this screen, you can either borrow the selection, place a hold on an item, or add it to your wish list. Your wish list functions basically like a bookmark in that it places the item into a separate category so you can easily find it later without checking it out now. To place a hold, you will need to enter an email address, as Bridges will email you a notification when that hold is available. Once you've placed the hold, you can then see where you are in line waiting for that item. If you're not necessarily interested in a particular subject, you can use the Collections menu to choose a material type to browse. Let's look at the audiobook collection. They have it sorted so you can see items that are currently available, new items, new kids items, new teen items, most popular items, and a category labeled Try Something Different. Again, you can borrow an item or place a hold from right here. Once you've borrowed the item, a screen will pop up that gives you the checkout period options, how many more titles you can borrow this month, and options for either downloading the item or opening it in a browser. Downloading the item requires you have the OverDrive app installed to listen to it or the Kindle app installed to read it. If you have a Kindle or Kindle app on your device, you can set this as your preference and continue on to the Amazon page to get your book and deliver it right to your device. If you know exactly what title you're looking for, you can use the search feature at the top of the page to see if it's available on Bridges. Just type in the title and click on the magnifying glass, or press Enter to search. You could also search for specific authors or series titles. Next to the search box is a Notifications tab. This will show you if you have any holds available. Next to that, you can click on the books to get to your loan page. On this page, you can see what you have out, when the loan expires, open your loans, and return items early if needed. You can also get to the screen by clicking on My Account and navigating to Loans. While in your account, a left-hand menu appears that allows you to look at all the activity you've had on your account. You can view the books you have on hold, as well as edit your email, suspend the hold for a later date, or remove it entirely. There will also be an estimated wait time based on how many copies there are and how many patrons are waiting. If you return an item early, the wait time for others is reduced. You can also view your wish list and titles you have rated on the Bridges website. Next is recommendations. If you click the link on this page, it will tell you how you can recommend titles for our library to have available in the digital collection. If we decide to add those titles to our collection, you'll be able to see that by clicking on the In Collection tab on this screen. Another handy feature is the History section. You can easily see all the titles you have borrowed, when you had them, and what you rated them, if you rated them. And the last tab on the left-hand menu is for your settings. You are able to set your default lending periods for items based on their format. For instance, you may be a quick reader and only need a couple days to finish a book. If you set your lending period to 7 days instead, it will adjust what other patrons see as their wait time on their account for that item. Or extend your loan period to the maximum if you like having your items out for a bit. If you keep scrolling down, you get to Content Preferences. If you only ever read general adult books and prefer not to check out young adult or juvenile titles, you can change your preferences so those items don't even appear. Likewise, if you're setting up an account for your child, you could make the preferences to only see juvenile materials, or keep it as all audiences and filter the results yourself. The last options you have are for display. You can turn high contrast on if you have a hard time viewing mostly white websites, or prefer the dark contrast mode. You can also turn on dyslexic font for this website if that is something you need or prefer. At the top and bottom of the screen, there is also the option to change the language of the website. If you read better in Spanish, you could change it to Spanish text, or change it back to English. You can certainly use Bridges on your computer for all of your digital needs and to send books to your Kindle, but there are also applications you can download on your other devices to use Bridges right on your phone or tablet. If you scroll down to the bottom of any page, you'll see this notice, Powered by OverDrive. Below that is the option to get the app either in the Google Play Store or in the Apple Play Store. Click on one of those links and it will show you what the app looks like in the store, as well as give you all the details. The new app is called Libby, and the icon includes a little girl reading a book. If you scroll down, you can see the old version. OverDrive had the blue background with the white O on it. Libby tends to be a bit more user-friendly, but the OverDrive app is still available and works if you already have that downloaded. You sign in on those apps the same way you signed into the website, using our library name and your library card number. For more information on using Libby, you can navigate back to our library webpage on the Online Resources page and click View Tutorial to bring up even more tips and tricks to using the application. If you click on the Resize option on the tutorial window and expand it, you will also be able to see the additional lessons available, which include device-specific instructions. As always, if you have any questions or need more assistance getting started with Bridges or Libby, call the library at 641-357-6133 to speak to a librarian. Happy digital reading!